Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Brian with Canvas the Town, and I wanted to talk to you about Amatsu's hunting horn in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak one more time. Go over a little build video. I know I said one video just kind of gushing about how cool this horn is, but I've noticed some stuff that I think you should know about that I didn't mention in the video. First off, that I wanted you to know about is that if you look at the description of the Autumn Lute, it's a musical weapon whose melodies sweep through the land, granting strength to silkbind attacks. So you get a 10% boost to your, not only the attack from the silkbind shockwave, but all of these shockwaves are boosted by 10%. And because they cannot crit, you don't have to worry about that negative 25% affinity on these. They just get boosted by 10%. So as you can see, I only have 274 element, which is not only have 274 element. It's a lot of element, but the damage is pretty massive. I'm even getting 212s here. Just really good shockwave damage, and that's built into the horn. Now, another thing that's really important about this horn is the song Blight Negated. Now, I overlooked this when I first had the horn, and I haven't even known this throughout all of Monster Hunter Rise. Let me know in the comments if you knew this was a thing. But Blight Negated, when you activate this song, it gives you plus 10 to all of your resistances. Like if you look I switched to the blue scroll so you could see, I have plus 10 to everything right now. Now the Blight Negated is gone, you saw it go down. So I'll show you one more time. We're at, lowest is 7 on ice. Highest is water and dragon, which are technically already high enough, right? But if I play Blight Negated, and I go to my status, I have enough element that once I get my shield up, everything is above 30, and I can switch scroll, and I'm in good shape. Now, this is really amazing because this gives you extra slots, so that you can slot, instead of slotting the resistance skills, first off, in the Dango skills, you get to use your level 1 Dango, your level 4 Dango, rather, in your first slot, for something highly valuable instead of just resistances, because you're only going to need to eat smaller resistance numbers because you're getting a plus 50 from Blight Negated, which is amazing. So I'm only eating Fire Res level 3 and Thunder Res level 1, and as you can see, I have everything I need with the plus 10 from Blight Negated. Now, with that out of the way, and looking at the builder, some other stuff you want to keep in mind is you want your element exploit if the monster has lots of hit zone values over 25. If they don't, you don't want it, and you'd be better off using one of the level 2, like the anti-aerial if you're fighting like an elder dragon. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. You don't always want the Ellen Bane, but when you do want it, it's an awesome boost, 15% boost to hit zones over 25. I'm using the Chaotic Helm. That's a little bit of a change up with Dragon Conversion. It's not the ideal augment. I would have rather lost the Critical Eye than Element Exploit, but we'll take it. And we got level Strife, one level of Strife built into the Chaotic Helm, and it's got the nice 4 slot and the 2 slot that we're using to replace that Element Exploit that we lost in the augment and get the water attack going. We got here we're using, these are our extra slots because we don't have to slot those element resistances that you would in any other set with Dragon Conversion. I'm running Razor Sharp, which I've talked about in another video. You can check it out on the channel, how good this skill is for the hunting horn. And I'm running Bloodlust to try to get some extra affinity for those raw hits, because even though we don't really care, it is nice to, with one skill, essentially eliminate them, especially because we already have 2 levels of Crit Eye on the Chaotic Helm. So we get 20% when Bloodlust is done and we have our buff. So that's perfect. We're sitting at, I believe, 15% affinity with all of that cooking. And then we're running the Archfiend Armor with Strife. This is a pretty standard augment since like Title Update 4. And your level 2 Burst Gem. Stun Resistance Gem, again, because we have the extra 4 slots, we can fit more comfort skills, right? Which is really nice. We don't have to fit all these element resistances with the Autumn Lute in particular, which is really, really cool. And of course, we have our Iron Shell Jewels for the Kushala Blessing. I'm running a little bit of Handicraft. You don't even need Handicraft with this. I like it with the Razor Sharp because then you're pretty much always in purple sharpness and you can do all of your crazy sharpness consumption moves and not be consuming too much sharpness. Other than that, we're finishing out Burst, and we're finishing out our water attack here. And we have our Boon Talisman. So this talisman isn't too rare, but it's got 2 levels of Furious. Now, if you have a talisman with 2 levels of Strife, if you have a talisman with 2 levels of maybe Dereliction or 1 level of Dereliction, or a talisman with 2 to 3 levels of Dragon Conversion, then you can make this set using slightly different pieces, but the talisman will decide what pieces you have to switch, right? What augments you have to switch. So basically, you want your talisman to save you an augment or 2, right? With Furious, Strife, Dereliction, Dragon Conversion, all the skills that you can't get decorations for and that are on very limited pieces of gear. Those are your ideal talismans, so it doesn't matter what the rarity is, right? This is rarity 8, but it's got 2 slots. It's got 2 points of Furious. It's even got maxed out Bubbly Dance, which is cute. So be on the lookout for your talismans. Just because it's not golden doesn't mean it's not awesome. This is a solid talisman. I think it's very, very much possible for you to get something with an equivalent, maybe not 2 points in Furious, but 2 points in something, like I said before, Strife. You know, things of that nature. But moving on, that's pretty much the set. I'll give you guys a good hunt with the horn, just so you can see the damage. Because I know beating on this dummy only shows so much. You want to see that real damage. But yeah, guys, if you liked the video, do a like, do a subscribe. I'm making more Monster Hunter content all the time. We got new music content coming out every Wednesday. And we're always cooking up something special for you guys. It's always a blast. And enjoy the hunts. And peace out.